Warning, this is a horror game and it is not intended for all audiences. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects as well as parallax effects that on rare occasions have caused motion sickness in players. Watch with care and enjoy the video. Everybody, and welcome back, Slay the Princess. Hope you've all been doing well. A couple updatey things just for some stuff. As you can see, boom, new hair color most of the way through a recording series. That's fine. We don't need any sort of hair continuity around here. You know, just to date things a little bit. When did that video come out? Oh yeah, Arcane had that blurple hair, which is what I call when it's a kind of a bluish purple color depending on the lighting we're in. It looks more blue on camera right now. It looks more purple in other lightings. It's fun. We love colorful hair. Let's see, what else? Ooh, end of the month, we got PAX West coming up. If anyone's going to that, let me know down in the comments. Tell me what you're excited for with PAX. But in the meantime, we're back with more Slay the Princess. Last time, we broke the heck out of the universe, and we're informed by the mirror being that we only need one more instance to bring things together here. So I'm very excited for this episode to see what happens with that. I don't know what choices we're gonna make. I feel like we're narrowing in on some of the main starting choices before it like branches off into only like secondary choices. I don't know if we've like fully just sat down and talked to the princess yet. So we might try that and see if that's one that we're missing. But yeah, I hope you guys are as excited as I am. Why don't we go ahead and get on into this, shall we?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So it begins. Okay, let's get some of the generic excess dialogues done this time as well, just to really like hone in on the we're asking questions version of our story here.
I'm talking about
Talking to princess and the world. Any evidence?
Look, you're all
maybe she ends it because she's
While
locked
I
up.
appreciate
It's kind of bad.
Does it?
Can someone else do it?
Oh, if only that were the case.
Do I get a reward?
Yes.
What's my prize?
It's
Okay, here we go. I'll go to the cabin, talk to her. Maybe we'll slay her.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies.
Oh, so easily.
And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Yep.
Then each and every one of us is doomed.
We've doomed everybody several times, so...
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Will do.
You make your way up the short path.
Alright, in we go. Let's see what we can find out about this princess.
The interior of the...
Let's go ahead and take the blade this
You take
time.
the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Ooh, that's what I wanted to check. Give me just a second here. I was hoping I could change my recording settings to show you guys the cursor, because I realized I wasn't capturing the cursor of the game, but apparently it doesn't seem to matter and it's not picking it up anyways. Oh, there it is! Yay! You guys can finally see it! Look at this dagger holding hand. All this time it's been my fault that you guys can't see the cursor. Oh, jeez. Alright, into the basement.
The door to the basement creaked.
Alright, Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Safe.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Okay. I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
What if we talk while I'm holding it?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her.
Had some of those. I don't think... Last time we held onto it and we didn't drop it. This was kind of some of the stuff we did in our first run, but we made different, like, choices around it. So I don't want to be too similar, but I don't know if we got to fully go through our talking, or if we just stopped early.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Okay. See, I think last time we might have just gone straight for slaying her. Let's just talk.
I'm positive.
Positive that she's not
I'm not.
armed.
But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Damn, she really wants me to drop the knife. No.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Fuck. You know what? Fine. Let's just drop it and see what happens.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
Okay, at least all of this is new.
We'll be fine.
No.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Let's go. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Damn, she's really not helping her case any here, is she?
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
She's the one that wanted to talk like civilized people, and now this is what she's pulling. I know we've asked some of these questions before, but I think we asked them under different context. You know why I'm here.
Do you?
I know what I've been told. Oh yeah, that's actually one of my options. I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
These are the same types of answers she's been giving. Jeez.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I have my reasons. You think I'd come here just kill someone without even knowing why? I've been told things but I'm not sure what to believe. You know why. She's really not helpful. I feel like these questions just go in circles.
She was just threatening us a second ago. Am I the only one here unnerved by that perfect little laugh.
That was a perfect little laugh? That was a devious little laugh. Okay.
I'll take that as a sign that you're finally coming around to reason.
I have no idea. To be honest, I don't even know why I'm down here, or how I got here. I was kind of hoping you might be able to shed some light on the whole situation.
Yeah, these responses really aren't leaving us with many options, I feel like. I feel like this is just gonna take us right back to the attempt to kill her where it's too hesitant. I guess I could try to get the rude version out of here.
You can't. Don't bother.
I could.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade.
The last time that we freed her was for the romantic ending. We haven't tried to free her when she's sarcastic and violent.
She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Have I?
You know why you're here.
We can attempt to just keep her locked away, which we know the narrator won't allow. Well, I guess let's just examine the chains for getting her out of here. See what freeing her like this does.
You're kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If we go upstairs, I have a feeling she's just gonna grab the knife we dropped, but that's fine.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Which has done so much good all the other times.
Is someone else here?
Okay. Let's return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yep.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Yeah, probably not, but, you know, I need options here.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Very unsettling.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
I'm worried because this is mostly stuff we've already had, like, happen. So I don't know if we're getting towards a different ending here.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me. Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
There it goes. Okay. There's at least the violent side.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Well, that much is true, at least. Okay, it's a good thing this is definitely seeming like it's gonna lead us down a slightly different path.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Because, yeah, in the romantic one, she struggled to kill us.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it?
Not even close.
I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Worth it if it gets us to a different ending. Alright, the prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, it'll be the beginning of a new world. Okay, nope.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around.
Skeptic.
I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
Okay, so yeah, the skeptic is new. The skeptic also still wants to save the princess, so...
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
So I wonder if there's a version of the story where you can get more information on what the narrator's deal is, because, like, it seems like just another one of our inner voices. Like, in the same way that, like, the skeptic and the hero are. Alright, let's just proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Big wink.
Did you just say wink out loud?
Very much so, he did.
No, I didn't. Wink.
You go, skeptic, you go.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Of course.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
Yeah, this is much more prison-like than any of the others so far.
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, about the mirror.
Definitely did not. Does the mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Sorry, my sinuses are awful. Okay.
There's definitely a mirror.
Definitely
there isn't.
mirror. Definitely
I
is.
think you know what we have to do.
What's the
Exactly.
point?
Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
I like that the word of choice specifically is preening because it's a bird thing. We've had those feathers this whole time. Let's approach the mirror.
Walk up
make
to the
sure.
wall next to the basement. It's real.
Wipe the mirror
You
clean.
reached, it was there a second ago, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
It will be back most certainly. Alright, let's take the blade again.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
In we go. What's different now?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I think that's the same line from the first run through.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Okay. See, this is what I've wondered a couple times, is why she wasn't more securely chained up. There it is. Okay.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck?
Probably.
Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's a little concerning. Why is it like that?
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Okay. Not sure I need to do much of anything. You see how locked up she is. Just gonna leave her here. Let's sit with the princess.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
She does feel way too in control of the situation. There's no way these chains are real.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit where you were told to sit or sit closer. Let's just sit where we are. It's
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
That's a good question. I've been here before. What happened after I died? Other chain on the wall, who's it for? If we do, I'm just gonna leave you here. Like the princess. I've been here before.
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
Okay, yeah, no, right into the game.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
As it always does.
It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
Okay.
A contingency for what?
Certainly not a contingency for failure, because it happens even when we succeed. Although I guess in our success, we ended our success. That's on us.
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
So he has always known. Narrator's been holding back on us quite a bit.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even.
Well, good job. You kept us in the dark until, what, episode 5 of this?
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
I'll mess it up as many times as I need to, thank you.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't.
Ever the skeptic.
Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. We'll see about that. Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
I'm not daydreaming or having a very important conversation with myself. Isn't that right? Okay, happened after I died.
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them.
Uh-huh.
And now you're back.
I'm back.
Is that really all she knows?
Certainly not.
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
She seems so bored.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
Okay. What's the other chain?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
Yeah, it probably will. No thanks, though.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Well, this is a horribly stupid idea.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
She's not stuck.
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate. But what if he's telling the truth? He isn't. I am.
Keep inspecting it. Horrible decisions are abound, and they are our bread and butter.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
Supposed to say what he's always known he was going to say.
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad.
Of course it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time. Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Yep.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Oops. Well, now we're here.
Excuse me?
All the times that the narrator's had the power to force things to happen, and he still chooses to say that.
Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Very much so. Prison of the mind, become your
Yes.
own jailer. Oops.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Absolutely nothing. Wait for the mirror monster.
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
Princess hasn't starved. Maybe we won't starve.
That's horrible. It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information. Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
That's a good lesson to learn.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
That's what we learned. Okay. Both
Yep.
stuck. Princess, a few words this one. You know?
No.
Yeah, not one for small talk, huh?
Nope.
Okay.
That's rude.
So, what now?
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring. There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing. But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe.
Is it?
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it. How exactly does that work? It just does.
Well, is her very existence going to harm me to death and we get another loop, or what?
But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again.
Narrator's so rude.
And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
Of course it does.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
True.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger and larger.
Notice the basement changing or continue to wait in silence? What have you noticed?
I don't like small talk. Remember?
Not small talk if it's important or something, probably.
Still rude.
Silence it is.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
Can they do that to what's holding my shackle in place?
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
Magic chains that don't let you starve to death.
She hasn't starved.
That's what I said earlier!
I guess she hasn't. Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, until suddenly, there are no walls. And then...
Uh-oh. Did he fade out again?
And? I think he's gone.
Yep, he's gone. And in comes the mirror edges.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
Would you look at that?
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Oh, she's just cold again. Interesting. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
It's okay,
There's
hero.
that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Always is.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
It's okay, skeptic. The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Into our reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. Oh. That isn't right. Can't be nothing. Refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Oh! Someone's back in the mirror for once. Oh. The heck are you doing here? Crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Oh my god! So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. What are you? Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? I have many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? Sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will you help if I look? Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions? Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. Are you a part of me, or are you something else? You're the one who wanted me to slay the princess. Met you many times. Have you been the same you all along? Wasn't supposed to see all this, was I? What is this place? Where are we? Destroy the mirror. Are you part of me?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it?
Oh, its mouth's actually opening. Oh, that's so weird.
From one vantage point, I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
Okay. Oh, this is probably awful. You've said that before. Slay the princess. Where are we?
A construct.
Okay.
It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done, and it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through.
Supposed to keep the two of you trapped. So that's me and the princess. So the princess could remember too.
The construct you're in exists in every world at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her into a new world. But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore.
Everything you've done to us, does one deserve to live? Anything to say for yourself? Why'd you want me to slay the princess?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
But you're gone. Probably running out of questions. Made to do this single task. Made me, what am I? Ain's death, what is she?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
Capacity to change isn't necessarily a bad thing. Won't I be alone? You destroy the concept of transformation. How is that existence any better than death? Or even different from death at all? Honestly, it feels worse.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
What does she contain of me, though? Don't feel a part of yourself. Really trying to look through to see where questions appear. Capable of becoming whatever people believe her to be, can't I just will her into something small?
As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore.
What did you do to me?
And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything. It's why I had to die.
Still so confused. Yeah, am I not a living being anymore? What?
You never were. You are the Long Quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death. For a time, this construct could help you approximate being alive, confining your mind to a single reality. But you've experienced far too many lives for it to work much longer.
You made us, and I want to know it's been torture. What would it be like to live in a world without her?
Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life. Forever.
Unchanging, though. That doesn't mean it's gonna be a good life.
There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
I think we only get 3 more questions or statements here. Anyone else know about us?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
Oh my god, there's still so many questions to ask. Oh my god. That was always special. You do know about the looping. So many times I met you, you denied it even possible. Why'd you lie? Are you a god? All the things, why is she a princess? Why couldn't she be an ant or a slice of soggy bread? How am I supposed to destroy an abstract concept? What if neither of us leave this place? Does that work? Can we just stay here? Leave the people out there alone? Why would you want to rid the world of death? Pretty sure death is good, actually important. But who cares about dying? I've died plenty of times. Oh my gosh. It's just a natural cycle. It's not... It just is. It's just a thing. It's not good or evil necessarily.
If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
Death of the author, run out of questions. Oh no. You're out of time. Not gonna slay her. I want you to know that before you die for good. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. Lie, same thing. Haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all of this.
I've said my piece, and my time is up.
Bye.
I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
As always, I still know what you want me to do. Final fragment of glass shatters. You see yourself with newfound clarity. A long quiet. All of this is you. Narrator was right. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god. It is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. A garden vessel, bring the prisoner to her. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Oh, that doesn't look good.
I can finally see you, and you can
that's certainly a look.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
You know about the echo to hear our conversation. I'm in the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means. You hear our conversation.
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Clearly. What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
So many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. I can't do that. You were always going to become this, and what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked in all of them, if all of them would have led to this moment? Has to be another way. This can't just come down to me destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it. Told you what was gonna happen when we reached this point. Slay the princess. Slay the princess? It's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go. So many stories.
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end. Pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
What was the point?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
What is happening? What did I do?
To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck.
What is happening?
Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence, and it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
Explore, address this vessel's statement directly, appeal to your shared humanity, speak about life and death and change stagnation. That isn't what any of this has been about. Reject your authority, you've done nothing but lecture me since the minute I got here. Argue your independence. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I have existed without you. Reject your perspective, I won't engage with an argument that favors death and suffering. bones, like, the concept of death isn't a bad thing. It hurts, sure, it sucks, it's awful, but it does, in its own ways, give meaning and purpose to everything we do. And that we don't have forever to make our choices. We have a limited time to do what we will with this world, and that matters. With just a forever and no death, some things really would be suffering because they'd be endless, other things would just be meaningless and boring. Let's go with appeal to humanity.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me.
Massive mobs. There is no beginning, there is no end, and there is no end. Only the flood of there is only the flood of bodies. You hold every possible every moment you hold every possible sensation at once, and then you hold them all again. But in the end, you reflected it back at me. For a brief moment, both of us were everything.
That's where I broke the world.
We can be everything again. We can weave a beautiful and endless song.
It's always just been about us two people forced to hurt each other again and again and again. We don't have to hurt each other anymore.
You cling to emotion, pain, and suffering. There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict. Your life takes a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you, forever and ever and ever, consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
This is so cool. It's going through all of the outcomes that we got. But the whole reality does still... Love and conflict and beauty and ugliness really is just the whole of reality. Stop the fight early and surrender. I want to see all of the other outcomes of... Interesting if you address the statement directly. Stakes meant nothing. Desire free. Lifting me and me lifting you forever and ever. Consumed by the true belief there was nothing that could hold us back. Huh. At this point, I feel like there's really only like two potential options that we're gonna go with. I'm either gonna just continue to appeal to humanity, or I'm just going to surrender. For the sake of wanting to see where this goes, we're gonna just continue appealing to humanity.
We are the whole of reality.
no. You have to break my ankle again.
Foolishly choosing your death and forfeiting your body, you chose agency. But agency requires action, and action requires endless tapestry of events. In your final moments, would you remove action itself from reality?
Not particularly, no. We're not the whole of reality. Why wouldn't you see me the way I see you? Why won't you see me for what I am?
I could ask you the same. There is only room for one of us to be blind here, and I know it to be you. We are each other's mirrors, and are we not divine? Is the person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with?
This is the last one.
A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that fear it.
It'd be so big you can come back down to my level. Come back to me. So that's the first ending that we achieved. So there's nothing left to, like, build off of from here. Whatever else we come to here, not gonna be one of the endings that we've achieved so far. Well, let's just we've started down this path. Let's just see it to the end here.
Why would I stoop to your level when I'm offering you ascension to mine? It's so peaceful here. Beautiful, eternal, but ever-changing.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Is there any hope of convincing her? Easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? Ready to go, but how do we leave? Never wanted to fight you. Can't let that happen. Can't let everything die. I was told there was enough of you in me to preserve meaning and existence. I'm going to trust that's true. I have to fight for a better world. I'm sorry. You're cruelty itself, and I cannot let you exist. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. Done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. We know that there's a piece of us in them, too, though. We were told as much.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Yo, the hero's back! Which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
Alright. So good to hear from them, for sure. Thought voices weren't allowed here. Thought you died whenever I looked in the mirror. It's definitely good to hear, though.
It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
Take me, let's go.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
As ready as we will ever be.
Then let's
Oh.
go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
A little bit.
Do you need me to describe things?
Just you and me, did anyone else make it? Is the narrator really gone? For old time's
Yeah.
sake.
Of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it.
I super broke it.
And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Oh, fine. Anyone else make it?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Seems like it, huh? Let's go ahead and take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
True. Really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Whoops. Everything he put us through, I'm kind of sad to see him go. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, death still sucks, even if it's a necessary part of existence.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Let's head down and see what we're looking at here.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
In a hot minute, huh?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
Ah, well,
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
true.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me?
Not even chained up this time. She's just here.
You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Sit with her. Have to slay you. Want to hurt anyone. Same as you are out there.
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
Okay. What are we going to do?
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right?
It was one of the options that we were presented with briefly.
So, make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
Would resetting it do anything to help them? People out there. If you continue to exist, don't they continue to die and suffer?
Fixing that is on you, not me. If you want me to help them, you'll have to make me help them.
I want to forget you. We're going to find ourselves back here eventually. Talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before? Oh, jeez. That's getting meta, huh? Isn't fair. I don't want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again. Is there any other way? All back. I don't want this and I don't want to kill you. Is it too late to go back to being a god? Read her plan. Play her. How do we know we haven't done?
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
I know things won't end worse. What if when I make it my way back here, I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? If I let you bring about the end of everything?
Who cares? We've hurt each other plenty, and I still like you.
Oh, she still likes us! Good thing for Death to like us.
And if you're hesitating, then you must still like me, too.
You very rarely actually did anything to me unless I attacked you. I have to decide to do this every single time forever. Eventually, something is going to end different.
Well, if we change our minds, we change our minds. What matters is that we'll always have a choice. This is just the one we're making now.
It is true. So if we agree to it, I wonder if the save file just fully wipes. Is it too late to go back?
Yeah, I think it's too late for that. But maybe next time.
That's fair. Don't want to forget.
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you.
Aw, she cares about what's important to us in her own way. Alright. Is there any other way?
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
Well, then let's reset the world, shall we?
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
Once more, for old time's sake, princess. Stab us. See you soon, princess.
Hey, I love you.
Oh! And I didn't say it first! Now I feel like a horrible person. Let's just go right back.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Oh my gosh. It just goes back. The narrator's back. The mirror's probably back too. The question from here becomes, do we have to go through several more endings to bring us back to that point? Or does any ending now take us to make that choice? Just out of curiosity, I did make an extra save. Okay, my save right here is still present, so next time I think we'll check out a couple other things. We'll see if another run where that leaves us, if we want to go back through and just head straight back to this point here. Because I would love to see the other endings, but this video has already been a pretty decent size so far here, so I am gonna go ahead and just wrap things up here for now. I hope that you all have been enjoying Slay the Princess. I don't think we necessarily have a whole lot left of this. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Would you like to see more endings and some of the extra stuff, even if it's like branches off of paths we've already taken? Do you want to see the other endings? Or would you prefer that we just onto other games? I think at this point, regardless, I'll probably only upload Slay the Princess once a week instead of twice. That way we can start to move on to other things as well. Split our upload schedule a bit, maybe. And we'll see how that works if we do continue with this. But again, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Definitely make sure you hit that subscribe and notification bell as well if you want to be notified about more of my content and hang out with us some more. But in the meantime, I hope that you all have an absolutely wonderful day, night, evening, whatever the absolute heck it may be for you. I hope you've loved this series as much as I have, and I hope to see you all next time. Have a good one, you guys. Goodbye. Goodbye.